Let's talk about process for multi-line agents. We have an opportunity to gather information on a customer during a new business quote or during a renewal conversation. Once we gather that information, we're not looking to, shove the kitchen sink and everything that we offer down the customer's throat in that initial conversation with the customer. We're looking to really identify their needs. Once we've identified the needs and we've satisfied what the customer has really come into our agency to purchase, we then have an opportunity to follow up with that customer after they've had the experience inside of our agency. The beautiful thing is that if we time it correctly and we call our customers 15 days after they just renewed with our agency or 15 days after they just purchased our business, and we start the conversation off by saying, we're calling you to thank you for your business as a follow-up, you've now taken your agency to a different level. It seems simple. It seems like a lot of people be looking at this video saying, what, don't people call their customers after they've purchased an item to say thank you? And the answer is no. We've gotten away from that so much of sitting down and appreciating our customers that they're used to not having a call or not expecting a call. So when you call 15 days after to say thank you, they're engaging. That gives you an opportunity now to let them know how awesome your agency is as far as how they're going to take care of this individual, how, what their procedures are, what their processes are as far as follow-up is concerned, and what they can expect from your agency. And that goes a million miles with a customer. But it's at that conversation that you have an opportunity to identify an additional need that you uncover during the initial quote that you did with the customer or the initial review that you did with the customer. So then on this 15-day follow-up call, it's very easy to say, you know what, Mrs. Smith, now that I got you on the phone, I identified you have a mortgage balance, you got a couple kids in the household, and you told me you didn't have any life insurance. I'd really like to have a conversation with regards to life insurance and show you what our agency can offer as far as handling those needs. Or you might switch it up and say, you know what, Mr. or Mrs. Customer, I recently identified having the conversation that you have an IRA or an old 401k. I'd love to sit down with you and show you the type of work that we do at this agency with customers like yourself, because you're valued customers. And being a valued customer of this agency means that we want to take care of you from start to finish. So the 15-day follow-up welcome call is a process you should mandate in your office because it's going to create that much needed activity that we need in a multi-line agency to make sure that we're selling and delivering all the product lines that we can offer. In the 15-day follow-up welcome call, the conversation is nothing more than making sure the customer had a great experience inside of your agency, making sure you're thanking them for their business, whether it's you, the agency owner, an office manager, a sales agent. It's the follow-up to make sure that they had a great experience, and that goes a long way with the customer. Once you're building this rapport with this customer by saying thank you, you have an obligation and an opportunity to identify actual needs of the customer when it comes to life and retirement. Let the customer know, while I got you on the phone, I have identified you have a mortgage balance and no life insurance, or I've identified that you do have life insurance. Let's sit down and have a review of that existing life insurance, because now you have another set of eyes, because that's what we do for our valued customers, is we make sure that they're properly protected. So let's make sure that your life insurance is always in your best interests to make sure it's covering your protection needs. So that's the pivot, that's the transition. Open up with a thank you call, welcome them into the agency, or thanking them for being the existing customer that they've been with you for the last 5 years, 10 years. And again, pivot into identifying the need, and while you got them on the phone, introduce them to the next step in the agency process, which is a life or retirement conversation. Setting the appointment during the thank you or welcome call is so important when you're on the phone with the customer, because the customer just had the interaction with your agency 15 days ago. They just renewed. Your agency's still fresh in their mind. Okay, so you have this great little relationship and bond you can still form. This is your last opportunity you're probably going to be talking to the customer until they renew again. So you have the opportunity to identify a need with the customer during this thank you or welcome call. But your sole objective is to get the customer to agree that they have a need and schedule the appointment with the customer right then and there to have the life or retirement conversation. Again, you never want to throw the kitchen sink down the customer's throat with all the product lines that you have to offer. You introduce it to them. They're going to be a customer or client of your agency for a long time. So as you introduce this to them, there's an appropriate time to specifically talk about life insurance. That thank you or welcome call is giving you the opportunity to schedule that appointment right then and there to have that specific life insurance or retirement conversation with the customer. So use the welcome call to your advantage to schedule the appointment with the customer right then and there before you say, again, thank you for your business. We appreciate you. Click.